welcome to the Sartorial Geek podcast. I'm Jordan Ellis of Jordan Janae, and I'm here with Liz Crowder, who is the other editor.
The other editor.
One of two. So we have some super exciting news that if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook or are on our mailing list, you will know already. But what's our exciting news, Liz?
We have started a Kickstarter for issue 3 of the Sartorial Geek.
Yeah. So if somehow this is like randomly the first episode you've ever listened to and you don't know that we have a magazine, we do. We have 2 issues out, and actually, because we don't have a ton of copies of the first 2 issues left, the Kickstarter is now the only way you can buy issues 1 and 2 until they run out. So if you want to like catch up and collect them all, you have a couple more chances to grab those, and then they'll be gone. And yeah, so issue 3, which is our fall issue, is going to come out via Kickstarter, which is super, super cool because Kickstarter is an awesome thing that exists. And I've been sort of interested in trying one for a really long time, and now we finally have a good thing to put on it, which is great. Our rewards are pretty rad, if I do say so myself. We are doing, basically all of the rewards come with an issue of the magazine, either a PDF or a physical issue. So you can donate as little as $1 and get a PDF, which is the whole magazine you can read on.
Right, like who doesn't want that?
Yeah, and like
you can find $1 on the ground.
I agree with that. So, but now that we're talking about inexpensive ways to support, if you do not want to give us $1, that's totally fine. You can help us share, because like the way crowdsourcing campaigns work, shares are magical. So if you know anyone that you think likes nerdy things or like feminine, geeky magazines or things to read, or this issue is about sci-fi and STEAM is our theme. So if you know people who are interested in science and sci-fi things.
STEAM as in science, technology. Let's see if I can get this right. Engineering, arts, math. What's the last? Oh,
no, that's it. You did it. Good job.
Woo-hoo, I did it.
I'm glad you did, because I don't know those letters. So I was like, you go right ahead. And if you can't.
Yes. Not like steam that comes out of the tea kettle.
Yes. Formerly STEM, but now with an added letter.
With an A, because we love the arts.
Yeah. Obviously, we do. And speaking of art, well, okay, let's just get through the rewards first. And then
sorry.
No. I keep getting distracted because the stuff in the magazine is so cool. I just want to talk about it.
We're so excited, you guys.
So you can get a PDF of the magazine. You can get a physical copy. You can catch up on issues 1 and 2, which, like I said, Kickstarter is now the only way that you can do that, which is great. And then we are partnering with Jordan Janae, which is my company. So it's not like a surprising partnership.
It's still exciting, though.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're doing an exclusive pin and an exclusive t-shirt that are only going to be available through Kickstarter, nowhere else. And we're doing a hand-lettered quote in the typical style of Jordan Janae things. And our quote is, yeah, science, because this is about science. And also it's a reference to Breaking Bad. For anyone who super loved that show like I did. So
everyone did.
I'm assuming this is probably going to be our only Breaking Bad reference. So if you're into that, this is the only time and way to get it. You can sign up to get this issue and the next 3 issues. So a full year of magazines, which is pretty cool. And then 2 things that are sort of wacky rewards. For $50, you can get your name written in the magazine. So my husband Joey, who does the hand lettering for Jordan Janae, is going to design a page in the magazine that has everyone's names written out in some kind of cool way that will be permanently printed in the magazine forever. You can rip it out and frame it or look at it or whatever you want to do with it.
Frame it.
And then if not that many people do that, the names are going to be super big. So you might have like a huge place in the magazine, which is funny.
Can I do it?
Yeah, of course you can. I mean,
Done.
it's $50, so you just pay for it.
I'm going to give you $50. It's going to somehow come back to me. But my name can be huge in the magazine.
Yes. And then for $75, you can be a guest on our podcast. So if you have like nerdy things you want to talk about, if you have a business you want to talk about, if you have a nonprofit or a comic book or anything, you can hang out and talk to us on the podcast, which is fun.
We are so cool to talk to. We're fun. It's casual. It's informal. You're going to have a great time. Who doesn't want to talk to us on the podcast?
Also, we'll probably be your friend afterwards because we're friends with everyone who's been on. So if you just want to be our friends, you can do that
$75.
Yeah. And then if you are a business or organization or brand or anything that you want to get in front of our audience, we do have a ton of sponsorship opportunities all the time. So you can go to sartorialgeek.com and check out the options for that. But we have some specifically on Kickstarter. If you want to be in the fall issue that is being kickstarted, which is going to have a ton of eyes on it, and like the magazine is going out to a lot of people, you can still buy an ad space in that issue. And we're also selling ad space for our winter issue, which will come out in the holiday season, and we'll also get a ton of eyes on it. So those two things are great. Yeah. So if you want to get in front of our audience, those are two.
Who have we had in the past as examples? Bombsheller? Or no, that was on the podcast.
Bombsheller and Foam Armor Club and Logan Arch and Geek Girl Strong have all done podcast ads, which you can also do as a Kickstarter reward. We have a limited number of those. And then in the first issue, we had Logan Arch again because Taylor is rad and has supported us through every type of sponsorship. And we had Lorica Clothing in the summer issue, which is like super cool. Why is this word escaping me?
Leggings, armor,
but like they're like a lot of like chainmail armor designs, which are super cool.
Great for like casual Game of Thrones cosplay, I would say. Yeah.
And I feel like there are some video games that have characters like that, but I don't know what they are.
Neither do I. I don't play video games.
If you want to super comfy cosplay, which is all I ever want to do.
Or like super comfy cosplay in your everyday life. Like you're not going to a convention, but you still want to kind of rep.
That's also the only thing I like to do. So I'm into that. Yeah. So this is our like very first Kickstarter that we're super excited about. So
we're so excited.
Please help us share it, because if you know the way Kickstarter works, if you don't reach your goal, you get nothing. So we're trying really hard to not do that.
Hey guys, that's not what we want. We want to get something. We don't want to get nothing. And we want to give you something. So even if you don't have $1 that you found on the ground, if you could just like share it.
Yep.
That would be fantastic. We would love you and owe you forever.
Yeah. And Kickstarter makes sharing super easy. So you can just
do it.
Yeah. So that is what you can get. But we might as well tease the issue a little more since we're so excited about it. And then you'll know what you're actually getting with the reward.
Favorite thing in the issue, go.
Favorite thing in the issue is the cover photo and the short story that goes with the cover photo.
I was going to say, you said two, Jordan. You can only say one.
Okay, fine. My favorite is the cover art. You can actually see it exclusively on the Kickstarter. We have a sneak peek of... at least right now, it'll look very similar to this, if not exactly like this. But you can see the cover for issue 3 on the Kickstarter, and that's the only place we'll post it before it's out. So that's a cool reason to go over there.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, my friend Jessie Coronella, who, if you've been following the free coloring book pages that we have on Jordan Danae that are super fun, he's done a ton of those. He's a super, super cool and weird illustrator.
Talented. Yeah, he's
so
really talented.
Great. And so I'll let Liz talk about the short story, but when we read it, I was like, I know the exact person I want to ask to
That's
do
exactly what happened. Yeah. So my favorite thing. Yeah, well, I won't say my favorite thing, but one of my favorite things in the issue is a short story. Who wrote the short story?
Bea. Hold on, she has 2 last names, and one is the
You're
right
the one
last
she wants
name.
to share it to the public.
You talk about it, and I'm gonna look up which one.
Super creepy.
Yeah.
And super amazing. And if you want kind of like the vibe for what the short story is about, look at the cover art, because he nailed it. Jesse nailed it. Yep. That's exactly what it's about. It's creepy and it's haunting and it's short and it's amazing. So everyone should buy the issue so they can read it.
Yeah, I almost never read short stories. Like, they just don't come up in my life very often. So it's so impressive to me that you can get like a full picture of something that's happening in like 2 or 3 pages. But also this one is so creepy, but it's not like all creepy. I don't know. It's great.
I mean, it is all creepy, but also so you can get a full story in 3 pages if the writer is amazing at what they do. And
and her name is Beatrice Longshore.
Is that the one she wants?
Yes.
Okay.
So she is great.
She is amazing. Her writing is amazing. Read her short story. You will feel fulfilled when you're done, but also incredibly creeped out. And that's all I can say without giving it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also kind of have, I feel like maybe not. I feel like we might have more fashion articles than we normally do. But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe not. It just feels like there's a lot in a good way.
Yeah, in a very good way. We have our we usually do the fictional style icon at the beginning.
Yep. So
and then
one of those coming at you.
Yeah. Who is it about?
It's about Felicity Smoke from Arrow.
Yes, it's amazing. That's all we'll tell you because it's only a page.
Yep. And then,
so if we tell you anything else, it's too much.
Alyssa Frank. I hope your last name is Frank, not Frankie. There's an E at the end. I think it's Frank.
Say it both ways, and then you'll cover all your bases.
One of those two, Alyssa, who is, she actually did the very first podcast interview that I ever, like the first time I was ever interviewed on a podcast. It was with her and our friend Kier on there in defense of podcasts, and we talked about conventions. But anyway, she is super cool, and the article, that she wrote is about the 13th Doctor's fashion and like how, I mean, you can talk about it a little more too, but it's like about how much pressure there was to make her outfit perfect and how well they did it.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it without giving too much away. It's very, where did she go to school for like fashion something?
I don't know. I should know. Sorry, I do not know.
No, that's fine if you don't know. But she's knowledgeable.
Yeah, I mean, she knows it somehow. Like she does.
She's very knowledgeable, but then also she's knowledgeable about this current Doctor and then the Doctors before, and how the costume kind of like progressed and how it changed and kind of manifested itself into the female Doctor without being too impractical or too feminine. That's safe to say without giving too much away. Like, she has shoes she can run in.
Yeah.
Not like heels in Jurassic Park. Yeah, okay.
And I'm assuming people have seen her outfit because it was freaking everywhere.
It was. And then she kind of just breaks down why it's the perfect outfit for the first female Doctor. Yeah,
and then there's a really cool piece of art that's going along with it that she was inspired by and then connected us with the artist so we could include it. One of the things that is terrible about meeting all of these people not in person is that I don't know how to pronounce their last names. Her first name is Jonne. Joan or
Are you asking me?
Well, I don't know the answer of how to pronounce it, but her last name is Bartels. Yeah, Jonne. I have no idea I've never seen that name before, but I love it. She did a really cool like Vogue-y illustration of the 13th Doctor already, and then let us print it.
It's gorgeous,
magazine, which is sweet.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And then the other fashion-y thing that we have is our favorite cosplay tutorial blog contributor did something.
I forgot that this was included.
Yeah, her author name is J Chaos. You can follow her on Instagram and stuff and see
YouTube, especially.
Oh,
she does
YouTube.
A ton of tutorial videos. She actually, if you follow us on the blog, did an amazing Jessica Jones tutorial for us, where a video is included. It's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. She's so talented.
And she's your neighbor now.
I know. I can't wait to hang out with her in real life.
Yeah, we got to bring Sartorial Geek to the Philly area. Meet up with all our Philly friends.
We do, but she did an Orphan Black cosplay. Do you want to say who?
Nope. You guys have to read it to find out.
That's really smart.
I will give you a hint that she's my favorite clone, but
it's Orphan Black.
You'll never know.
It could be any of them.
You'll have to get the magazine to know.
Yep, there it is.
And then we talked to 2 super cool organizations. Well, we talked to one, and then our contributor Marielle talked to another one. Tell the people who we interviewed, Liz.
So jointly, we interviewed 2, I guess I would call them co-directors of a girls' camp in upstate New York called GEMS, which stands for Girls Engaging in Math and Science. And it's about just introducing girls, I think from 4th to 6th grade. Was that the age range?
I think so. It was like middle school,
like middle grade. Just introducing them to coding and STEM and engineering and that type of thing. So I won't give too much away, but we did speak with the directors, and it's a pretty inspiring interview, if I do say so myself.
And then also,
I transcribed it.
Yeah, it's in upstate New York, right?
Yep.
So if you like live in that area or have kids in that area or want to ship your kids to that area next summer, there's info about how you can get involved.
Absolutely.
Or also if you are a company that would like to be involved with that, they are also open to like sponsoring a camper and stuff,
if you want to sponsor a camper. Exactly. Yeah.
And then we talked to a group called Cosplay for Science, which is one of the coolest things I have never thought about.
It's fascinating,
before, but is super cool.
It's fascinating.
It's a group of scientists who like we go through like who they are and where they work and what they studied, but they were trying essentially to get like people interested in the sciences that they care about, and they started dressing up, and it like made that work way better. So now they cosplay to talk to people about science, and it's super cool.
It's incredible. When you hear about it, it's going to click in your mind. It's going to make so much sense. And if you're a scientist and also a cosplayer, you're going to wonder why you never connected the dots before.
Yeah. And there's also a sneak peek of a mock-up from that, like with a photo from that interview on the Kickstarter too, if you want another sneak peek.
So definitely, even if you don't give us any money, just like look at the Kickstarter page.
Yeah.
And then share the Kickstarter page with like one other person. Yep. And like, that's enough. That's all you have to do. And your job is done. I mean, you could do more, but if you don't want to,
yeah, feel free to do more. But also one of the greatest things would be if you know a business that you think would like to sponsor. I mean, the thing about sponsorships is that you want to have a very specific audience to get in front of, and we definitely have that. So like, we're not for everyone, but if this sounds like a person, if this sounds like
we're not
true. Like if we're gonna have sponsors that make sense for this and not like Casper mattresses or whatever. So
I love a good mattress. I love a good mattress.
Yeah. If anything, we would have tough to needle mattresses.
I know. I was going to say that's what I own, but that's fine.
Just
anyways,
say.
we aren't for every. So what you're saying is we're not for every advertiser, but we are for every person.
Yes. So if you know a business that you think hasn't heard of us yet and would maybe be a perfect fit, please feel free to let them know.
Yeah, man.
And something that we haven't told anyone yet is that so our magazine is normally like between 40 and 50 pages, depending on how the breakdown works. And because Kickstarter gives you so many cool opportunities, one of our stretch goals, if we above and beyond what we're trying to reach, is going to be to make the magazine longer, which is very cool. So we have some like great ideas of things that we would like to include if we reach that. So there might be even more than what we just said.
Maybe, but you have to share.
We have to get there first, but that's a cool thing that we are already brainstorming and would really be excited if it happens.
Would be. Yeah, we've got some good ideas.
Yeah. So I think that's basically it. There are a ton of ways to get involved in stuff. If you want to share anything, share our podcast, share our community to hang out in, share our Facebook page, like all of that leads back to.
If you find a picture of us that you think is really cute, like you could share that.
Ugly,
yeah.
So
I guess share if you think it's ugly too. Yeah, that's fine.
And we will actually be at a ton of conventions coming up this fall. So if you're a convention goer, you can check out our calendar and see if we'll be where you'll be. And then you should come say hi. Yeah.
We're so friendly. Yeah.
Oh, and this is just a continuous thing, but our Patreon is how we can afford to keep doing the podcast. So if you like this and want to support that too, we are, this is a season of trying to get enough money to keep doing this right now. Yeah, so please, in any way, any way that you want and can think of, we're into it and we thank you for it.
Yeah, we do.
Have a great week, guys. I can't think of.
Say it?
Yeah. There's nothing else, right?
Yeah, so I'm just going to say it.
Okay.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy. Bye.
Bye.